Here's a drill I like to practice when I'm working on my drop shots from the baseline. I'm going to select a target that's out to the outer portion of the court. If I'm playing a right-hander, that would be towards their backhand side. In addition, I'm going to go to this section, which would be to the right or to the backhand side of the player on that half of the court, assuming they're right-handed. I'm going to hit the ball to one of those two targets. My teammate / opponent in this case is going to return the ball to me, so that player gets to work on returning a drop shot that I've hit. Essentially a fourth shot, if you will. If I'm hitting a third shot drop, then that player's hitting a fourth shot response, getting good practice trying to keep me back. I have the option to go to that target over on the outside or this target here on this half of the court. If I successfully make it in that section, I'm awarded 2 points. My goal is to get to 100 total points. So it's going to take me a little while to get to 100. 2 points, 2 points. If I happen to hit the ball in between one of my two targets, I still get awarded 1 point because that's not a bad drop shot. It's not necessarily my target, but it's a good shot. Likewise, if the ball lands beyond the non-volley zone, then I could still get credit for 1 point for that. Now, here's the difficult part of this drill. And the reason I call this the drop shot death drill is if I happen to hit the ball short in the net, I lose 10 points off of my score. So that's a mental challenge at times, but it's also teaching me to control the ball to certain sections of the court, yet still clear the net. Am I worried about the net? No. In fact, if I happen to hit a drop that skims the top of the net, I'm going to award myself 3 bonus points. So if I make the shot into my section, but I skim the net on the way over, that's going to be worth 5 points. So there is incentive to keep the ball low. So I'm not worried about the net. In fact, I would like to keep the ball low to the net as often as possible and still maintain good enough control that I clear the net. Because if I don't make it over, I lose 10 points. Let's give it a go. Claire, you're going to feed me the ball. Friendly feed, and then we just kind of play out the rally. Now, you can apply a little bit of pressure on me, but we're not competing. So you're not trying to win the point. But neither are you just sending me a cream puff each time. You do want to make it a little challenging for me because in real life, in a match, you would want to push this ball back to make my job more difficult. Let's give it a go. So I got 2 points. I made it in the square. That's 2 more points. That's 6 total points. 8, 10, 12, 13, because I missed my target. I did not hit one of my target zones that I'm aiming at. I'm at 13. Now, if the net player makes an error or happens to hit one shallow, no big deal. We just pause and start it up again, and we resume from there. So I have 13 points. Keep in mind now also that the player at the net doesn't have to keep track of score. You're working on your fourth shot responses as I'm working on my drop shots from the baseline, as if it was a third shot. I'm getting quality practice, quality repetitions over and over again, as opposed to simply hitting multiple drop shots. I now have a specific plan for each drop shot, and hopefully you get some good repetitions responding to my quality drop shots. I'm at 13, let's keep going. 15, 17, 19. That's a little too deep. I'm not counting that as a score. Got 20. That's 1 point because I missed it just long. 22, 23, 25, 27. Oh no, I'm down to 17. I was feeling pretty good about myself getting all the way up to 27, but I lose 10 points because I didn't clear the net. Let's give it a go again. Now I'm at 17. That's too deep. I get 1 point only. So I was at 18. Now I'm down to 8. Therein lies the challenge of this game. If I had hit that ball maybe a ½ inch higher, I could have gained extra points. I hit it too short. Now I'm down to 8. At one point, I was up to 27. So you can see how if we're trying to get to 100 points, this could become a challenge to overcome mentally if you start dropping down. Let's give it a go again. I'm at 8. That's 10. I have some work to do to catch back up. I have 9. That was worth only 1. 11. 13. 15. 17. 18. 20. 22. 23. 25. 27. A little too high. Now, we'll pause right there for a second. You can make this game more challenging if you like. If you want to just count each drop as 1, feel free. More power to you. If you wanted to make this game a little easier, you could adjust the scoring any which way you want. If I wanted to make my target area worth 3 points each time, I reserve the right to do that. We're going to modify this game that fits our level. I like to make it more challenging because it forces me to have to play under pressure, and it forces me to have to hit a higher quality ball. One other option here is if you as a net player feel like you have the opportunity to lean in and take this ball out of the air as a volley, you can deny me scoring any points because I did not hit the ball into my target zone. So you have options with this game. I would encourage you to play around with some different options as far as scoring goes. The main idea is that you're getting quality repetitions and challenging yourself to hit a better ball. Given the course of time, if you practice this often, you will find yourself getting better and better and more accurate with your drop shots. Obviously, after I complete my round, if I get to 100, we would switch roles and you would have your turn to try to get to 100. We wouldn't even necessarily have to play this under identical rules. If I play at one level, you play at a different level, we can always adjust the score accordingly to match our level. Where did we leave off? I think I was at 28. Let's resume from there. We'll go one more rally. No score for that one. I'm at 30. Good denial. I scored no points for that because you took it out of the air. Denied me from hitting my target. That was worth 2. I'm at 32. Now, if the net player makes an error, no point. We take a temporary pause and we start again. That's 1. Nice denial. That's 2 more points. I believe I'm at 35. Again, we'll restart. One caveat here is if you did want to collect scores for the net player making a mistake, again, you have the right to do that. If you want to use that as an option, if you make an error, I score 1 point, for example. Totally acceptable if you want to do it that way. I think I'm at 34. We'll go one more rally here. 36. Oh, that's too good. I would complete this to 100 if I can get there. Now, if I can't get to 100, if I feel like tapping out because it's taking too long, modify the scoring or switch roles. That's no problem. But the idea is quality repetitions. We're not merely hitting a shot just to hit a shot. One other thing to keep in mind is you can adjust these targets as necessary. You can isolate it to one target. You can increase the size of the targets. You could decrease the size of the targets if you want an extra challenge. It's up to you. Feel free to manipulate those targets any which way you see fit to practice whatever shot it is you want to practice. We want quality repetitions, 2 targets, under pressure. Give it a go, see how you like it.